So we'll connect your data, your business data, to AI so you can make better business decisions, or you can automate different services, maybe like customer service or invoices and different systems like that, just saving you more time so you can focus on the things that can help the business increase revenue or just allow you to be more creative.
If you're looking for a space that feels like yours becomes with way more perks, then Bamboo's dedicated desk is exactly what you need. Now, when you sign up for a dedicated desk, what you'll get is an ergonomic chair, so your back won't be hurting while you're getting your work done. You'll also get free coffee and tea daily in order to fuel your grind. And don't forget, you get mail services and printing services right at your fingertips. And also, you get your own personal storage with the lockbox for your security and peace of mind. And it doesn't stop there. Just by being a member of any of the Bamboo locations, you get access to discounts from local businesses. So if you're ready to join the Bamboo community and find a space that's yours, what I need you to do right now is to go ahead and email Malika at bamboocowork.com or give them a call at 313-766-0134 and tell them that the Black Fridays podcast sent you. And right now, while the desks are available, if you sign up for a 6-month commitment, you'll get 1 month free. Or if you sign up for a 12-month commitment, you'll get 2 whole months free. I look forward to seeing you at the Bamboo locations. With that being said, let's get into the episode. What up, though, Black Friday family? Welcome back to another installment of the Black Fridays podcast. Before we get today's episode started, I need you to hit that like button, subscribe, make sure that you drop a comment, and share some videos with some family, friends, and loved ones so we can keep this thing going. Now that we got that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce someone who is on the cutting edge of AI, UX, and technology, Mr. De'Lon Dixon. How you doing today, my brother?
Good. Hey, everyone. And I want to say thank you for having me on this. I'm super pumped.
Of course. We're happy to have you, man. It's been a long time coming because I feel like we've known each other for, has to be over a year. By now. It might have been a couple years.
Yeah, I would say like at least two we've been seeing each other's faces in the same space.
However long Black Tech Saturdays is, that's how long we've been seeing each other around.
Yep, 100%.
So as we get started, I would love to be able to talk about you and your background in technology, primarily AI in the UX space, and what you do with your work with Think Technologies. But I want to be able to level set for those who may not necessarily understand all these terminologies that's being thrown out there. Could you first explain to us what is AI?
Yeah, AI from a general sense. AI is basically a clone of a human brain that's designed to complete tasks that we don't want to do or enhance our, how do I want to say this? Maybe enhance our productivity. So enhance productivity and creativity. So basically it actually started to be designed to see like how it could beat people in different games, so different board games, like chess. There's this big game in China, I forget what it's called, but that was like the biggest like groundbreaking thing when Google's DeepMind had built out a model that could beat like the best champ in this really intense strategy game. But AI really what it does is it learns how to accomplish specific tasks, and it identifies different anomalies to make it more effective and proficient at doing things. And I feel like you said to say it simple, and I feel like it's hard to explain it in a simple manner, but basically it's like a clone of a human brain that's designed to accomplish tasks. Yeah. To keep it as simple as possible.
AI is not necessarily new, but the way that it is commercialized is newer. So and I just know this from being a techie, but I'm wondering if you had any historical context as to when was like the first AI or something.
Yeah, there was the Turing test. I think this was post World War II, maybe. When they really started using AI a lot. They were using it a lot in advanced mathematics as well. But really what made it like boom as of late was the natural language processing, and then also the large language models. So because AI nowadays has the ability to really process like words and communication, it is able to apply that knowledge to a lot of different use cases because everything we do is powered by like language and words. Like there's not a single part of your life that isn't involved with words and communication. And so because we really cracked the code on that aspect of it with the large language models, we're able to apply AI to a lot more things, and it's able to scale a lot faster too. Yeah.
Got you. Now UX. What does UX mean? What is that?
Yeah. So UX is user experience. So think about how everybody loves Apple. I'm an Apple hater, but I see you got the Apple iPhone looking at me right now. But basically, everybody really likes Apple because of their UX. Their interface is easy to interact with, and it's you don't have to really know the history or the technology behind how it's all working to be able to accomplish the goal you want to. So a lot of things that we do at the tech company Glassbox, so that's the other tech company I work at, is we actually optimize user experiences for like banking apps, hotel bookings, flight bookings, all that type of stuff to make sure that you have the least painful experience when you're trying to purchase a hotel or book a flight or just make a transaction on your bank or sell some stocks. And the user experience study is like a combination of like technology, creativity, and then I would also say like accessibility as well too, all combined into one to make sure that people are able to interact with your product as easy as possible.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me more about Think Technologies, and for you, when did this journey start in order to have your own startup that's focused on AI?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was working at Glassbox, and this was probably December 2022, one of my friends from Dynatrace, a previous tech company that I worked at, he's like, you got to check this out. And it was ChatGPT 3. And he's like, just play with it. Didn't even tell me, just like, this thing's amazing, check it out. And so I'm playing with it. I have it write me an email. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I was like, what is something like really challenging I can ask it to do? And I was like, oh, let's see if it can figure out this Excel formula. And I said it in simple words, just like make an Excel formula that does this type of lookup from this table, blah, 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 blah. Something that's like not too hard, but like it would show intelligence. And it was able to write that Excel formula. And it did it in like 2 seconds. And I was like, I would have been able to do this, but it would have taken me like maybe 10 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, this is like going to be extremely helpful. I immediately thought about the coding work that we have to do. I'm just like, oh, we'll be able to like write regular expressions so much faster by just using natural language. So I was like, all right, let me go to the product team. And I went to the product team and I was like, we got to incorporate AI into our tool right now at Glassbox. And they're like, okay, well, you want to help us. And at the time, I'm no expert in AI or anything like that. Like, this is just new technology. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is going to be the future. I even, I have the screenshots of it at the Slack channel of me sending it to the product team and the rest of the company saying, like, we got to get into this right now. I was like, this is going to be the next biggest thing since Google. And everybody's like, haha, blah, blah, blah. And I'll share the screenshot with you too, so you can add it to the video.
Please.
But basically, I spent like all that holiday break working with the product team, putting together a tool called GIA. It's the Glassbox Insight Assistant. And it's a tool that's used by like Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Rocket Mortgage, a lot of big financial institutions to help them identify like user pain points that are across their apps and websites, catch fraud, and do a lot of different things within the product. And after we were able to build that out, and I helped out with that a lot, I was like, oh, I could do this on my own. And then so after that, I was like, all right, let me start my own company, Think Technologies. And I also decided to enroll in an online course too at University of California, Davis for AI, ethics, and big data, so I could really understand like the history of it and like the ethics behind it too, which is even more important right now. I'm sure we'll get on that topic some point later.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
But built that out, and then I was like, all right, let me start my own business and start doing this in the community and helping out local businesses in Detroit, and also letting people know that they can get the value from AI too, and it's not just something that's for large institutions. Because historically, whenever a new technology comes out, it's always reserved for the Fortune 500 companies, and then years later, we get access to it, and like our community gets access to it and gets to leverage it when they've already taken all the opportunity and capitalized on it.
Right.
So I was trying to prevent that and do as much as I can to make sure that we all have a seat at the table, essentially, for this innovative technology.
Very dope. And one more question before we move into the next segment is, where would you say that you are now in terms of Think Technologies in that journey? So 2022, you start to have the vision and you start to build it out. And then where would you say that you are now? And then also, what do you offer at Think Technologies, services and or products?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say right now we're still at like the early stages. We have a big customer base, but we're still trying to figure out what's that ideal customer that we can really work with that just makes it easier for us to replicate our solutions. Because right now we do a lot of different tech, like we work with automotive companies, manufacturing. We work with a lot of community organizations, and that might be the sweet spot that we're getting into now.
Yeah.
And then we also do a lot of creative projects too. So we're at that point where we're like, all right, what's the thing that we really want to stick to? And is that the way we should go? Because that's what like all the investors are always in your ear. Like, you gotta hyper focus on working on one type of thing and providing one type of solution.
Yeah.
But we do kind of enjoy working on these different things, because then the possibilities are endless and we can create a lot. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But as far as our solutions or our services, essentially, we help out with training. So we'll do workshops, go into an organization, let them know how they can get value from a specific AI tool. We'll also go in the community and help them understand how they can leverage AI too. So workshops and events. We did a hackathon with OpenAI too in the city, so that was cool, fun times. We also build out custom like AI integrations and solutions. So we'll connect your data, your business data, to AI, so you can make better business decisions, or you can automate different services, maybe like customer service or invoices and different systems like that, just saving you more time so you can focus on the things that can help the business increase revenue or just allow you to be more creative.
Yeah.
And then I would say lastly too is the partnership with OpenAI. That's a big thing that we're pushing now too. So basically just trying to get people onto using GPT business and helping them understand how they can leverage it and get the most value from it.
And so I gotta elaborate on, or have you elaborate on that point in terms of OpenAI. So for those listening and watching, OpenAI is the company that created ChatGPT, and you have a partnership with them through Think Technologies. How did that come about, and what does that partnership look like? Well, you just mentioned what it looked like, but how did it come about?
Yeah. So how did it come about? This is like the prime example of your network is your net worth. Like, someone I knew in the community, he's a great guy. We had done some work for him before. And his company does a lot of work with Google. And the partner that they worked with at Google left and went to OpenAI. And OpenAI was like, oh, we're trying to expand our reach to small businesses. Do you know any like AI companies working with small businesses on the East Coast or in like the Midwest at all? And so this business was like, oh, yeah, we work with Think Technologies all the time. Check them out. So they checked us out, had a lot of back and forth for like 4 months. A lot of prayers, manifesting, and then eventually we got the call that we got the partnership, and it was a great day. Like it's been good. We've had to really learn a lot because this is our first like major partnership with a major organization. But what's really interesting about this, and I mean this in good faith, is like it's cool to see that they're so large, but they're still like a startup. Yeah. So like seeing like, all right, we do have some similarities still, and like just helping them figure it out as well is just like an awesome experience. And I don't think you can like compare that to any other thing. It's almost like getting a PhD in partnerships, working with like a company this large too, that also is very lean. So it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm really excited too to just bring them in contact more with Detroit as well, just because we're really innovative and we're creative here. So it's awesome that we can be almost pioneers in AI as we were as like in manufacturing and in creativity and other aspects too. So it's just another thing that we'll be able to add to our checklist or our accomplishments as a city.
For sure. I just thought about this, but I'm starting to think like all creativity goes through Detroit one way or another.
Yep.
Yeah. So that I need to tagline that. Yeah. We're gonna figure it out. We might tagline split the profits. Yeah. We're gonna find out. All right. So now I want to introduce you to my favorite part of Black Fridays, which is Freestyle Fridays. Hey, listen, thank you all so much for listening to this episode and any episode of the Black Fridays podcast. But I got to be honest with y'all. I really think it's something missing, and I hate that y'all didn't notice it. The thing that's missing is your podcast. Why am I not listening to your podcast? You talked about making one with your friends years ago. You know that you need one to better market and promote your business, but yet you still don't have one. This is why I created the Pocket Podcasting course, to teach you how to be able to podcast with the essentials and tools that you have right at your fingertips in order to create. And I created 2 different ways in order for you to do that. You could join my digital do-it-yourself on-demand video recorded Pocket Podcasting course, where I go literally step by step from idea on how you upload your very first podcast episode. And for my people who like to have something a little bit more tangible, I have created a digital ebook that walks you through my podcasting journey, the things I've learned along the way, the tools and equipment that I use in order to create and elevate my show. Now, look, I don't want to keep you too long, but I'm going to make this as simple as possible. Go ahead and head over to www.blackfridayspod.com to learn more about the digital podcast course and also the podcasting ebook, or you can hit the links in the show notes to take you directly to each of those resources. All right, enough of that. Time to get back into the episode.
Okay.
De'Lon, I hope you got some bars for us.
You're not serious.
I mean, you can rap, you can sing, you can do a poem, you can do interpretive dance, however you want to do this.
What is do I get a beat or I just gotta go acapella?
You just gotta go acapella.
I gotta go acapella. Wow. I should probably
I can't.
Is there an alternative?
Yes,
all right, what's the alternative? What's the alternative?
So I just got rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
And that so the people can get to know more about you.
Okay.
And I just need you to answer each one, answer honestly.
Absolutely.
All right. So,
I can't believe people are actually freestyling though.
We've had people freestyle.
Yeah.
Several people have freestyled.
No, my freestyles are awful. Like
you know, we should have did. We should. Do you have an app on your phone that does the music, the AI music?
I don't.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't support AI music.
Okay. All right. So first question should be a layup. What would you say is your favorite piece of technology?
My favorite piece of technology? Oh man, I really like wearables. Like the new like Meta glasses and the pendants and all that stuff. I feel like that's really gonna enhance society.
Yeah.
And I find it helpful just in my day to day when it comes to like capturing moments or asking questions and really getting quick feedback without having to pull out my phone and get all the distractions.
Yeah, I agree. What would you say is I know that you had mentioned your partnership with OpenAI, so it may not necessarily be with them, but just in general, in your journey in having Think Technologies, what has been like a big perk or a flex that you've been able to have? Like you get exclusive access to anything?
I would say just like talking to them like is crazy and seeing like what they have coming next or like what are the things they're dropping, getting like privy access to that and also just having a relationship with OpenAI, like it's not a very common thing. So I am very grateful for that opportunity.
For sure. And what would you say is the craziest thing that you have asked AI to do thus far?
Oh. The craziest thing that I've asked AI to do, man. I feel like I have a good one. I'm trying to think of it. What was it? Because I ask it a lot of different questions. What was the craziest thing? Man, why can I not? Wow, this is really drawing a blank. I've done it for like workout stuff, like dieting, checking ingredients. I have. Man, I'm upset about that. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. Because there is a really good one that I was like shocked about the answer and that it even like the use case in general, but I really can't remember off the top of my head. Okay. As far as craziness.
If it come back to you, let me know.
Yeah.
Favorite place to travel?
Ooh, favorite place to travel. Like in US or abroad?
Either or.
I would say Italy is my favorite place abroad, specifically Sicily. In the US, it's really tough, but I think New York, like Manhattan, New York, even like specifically Soho, is one of the best places in the world. I like Manhattan so much because there's a neighborhood for every single personality. Yeah. And there's not a lot of places like that in the world, maybe like London or Toronto too.
That's real.
But
that's very real.
That's like a unique thing that like everybody that I talk to, like that's from other countries or other places, like they say that same thing about New York. And obviously there's a lot of bad to it. Like I don't think I could ever live there because it's so chaotic and so high paced, and I enjoy driving, and I don't like being around 1,000 billion people every single day.
Yeah.
But I really like New York. It's just so much to there, like so much fun, so much creativity, so many different things going on.
Very dope. And if your phone could only do one of these functions and no other function, which would you prefer? Text message, video call, phone call?
Oh, text message.
Okay.
I have to be on the phone and in meetings all day, every day.
Yeah.
I get so annoyed when someone calls me, and I feel so bad too, because I'm just like, man, I really need to talk to this person, but I just can't do it. I was like, I prefer face-to-face discussion. I was like, all right, we'll catch up, maybe here and there, like we can talk to if we're gonna meet up later that day, but I hate just casually talking on the phone, and like video calling, like no, not at all.
For sure. And last but not least, do you have a podcast, a book, anything that you're reading or into right now that you would want to share with the folks listening?
100%. Diary of the CEO with Stephen Bartlett that's like free game. I feel like that's probably the most important content people should be consuming if they're gonna engage in the brain rot. Yeah, that's like ethical brain rot. Like it's entertaining. They have different like guests on there from like different backgrounds, like medical, sports, technology, just like business people in general. It's helped me a lot become a better business person. Okay. And I think becoming a better person in general as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, because I'm into that stuff too, like I listen to Diary of a CEO, and then I have like podcasts or business focused podcasts that I listen to. Do you ever feel like maybe overwhelmed or like overconsumption of those things? Because it's like you get so many business ideas and things and game, and it's just like, well, how do I apply all of this sometimes?
Yeah. I do get overwhelmed with it. I would say I try to condense it to like when I get a new idea. This is one thing that I do that I feel like maybe it could be helpful for some other people too. Yeah. When I get an idea, I'll put it in my calendar and have it be like a reoccurring monthly thing or weekly, depending on how good of the idea I think it is, will change the cadence. Okay. And I'll say, work on this or think more about this. Okay. Some examples of that. This is gonna be like crazy. This is probably like ties back into what you were saying about what's the crazy thing I've asked AI. Yeah. But I have some ideas around like the robot rental, like a robot rental business. Okay. An
like
AI,
you rent a robot.
Yeah. Okay. But like having the business to where like, all right, maybe I want a robot, one of the Tesla robots at a birthday party or something. Okay. And you can come rent it, or like maybe I got to move some stuff. Like that's gonna be something because they're gonna be like 20 bands. Yeah. So having that ability to just rent one, I feel like would be a good business model. Yep. And then also too, I had one for like AI social media. So like a social media for the AIs when they become like real sentient, they're gonna want to waste some time too. If they're modeled after us, they're gonna want to scroll a little bit or talk to each other too. You know, I don't know like how it's gonna work, but like it's a possibility.
Or if the AI gonna watch us and we gonna be the social media.
Yeah, right. Right. Like you're gonna be interviewing like an AI like robot. Like that's gonna be crazy. I guess you really could do that right now.
I was gonna say I might. How do we know you're not AI right now?
Exactly, you don't know. Yeah.
This has been another episode of the Black Friday Podcast.
My friends always joke about that, saying that I'm AI, like all the time. I actually have the chip in here. Just want to tell you guys that's what the partnership was all about. They actually implanted with GPT-4, a GPT-4 chip. I'm outdated now,
but you are GPT-4.
Yeah.
That secret is out. Well, thank you for partaking in Freestyle Fridays. We appreciate you engaging in the randomness. So now I would love to know for you, where did your technology journey start? Was this something that you grew into? Were you always like a techie as a kid, as an adolescent? When did this kind of start for you?
Yeah, I would say I was always into tech growing up. I had a computer in my room since I was in like third grade. Okay. That could be, good or bad, but but I actually it helped me because I got really familiar with how computers work. So from the standpoint of like understanding how to navigate software, hardware, all that type of stuff. Whereas like I feel like that gave me an advantage when I got older, just because I knew like how interfaces typically work. and I was always into like video games and stuff too, so I always interacted with technology. And then from there in college, I was really into like psychology. That was like the only class I enjoyed in high school other than gym class. And so it was interesting that I was able to study psychology, go into psychology, and then somehow I ended up back into the technology realm too. And I can talk a little bit about that as well. So I studied behavioral science and criminal justice in undergrad.
Okay.
And I wanted to be in the FBI, and then obviously you realize like the FBI is nothing like how it is on the TV shows. So I was like, forget all that. And so then I went to graduate school for industrial organizational psychology, and that focuses on behavioral engineering. So how humans interact with stimuli in real life. So we did a lot of studies with Better Made, like with recycling studies. We did a lot of stuff with MDOT, with like traffic walks, seeing how people are interacting with that. It's actually a fun fact about me. I have 3 publications in the traffic journal.
Wow.
Yeah. So random.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of traffic research with MDOT, and that's actually how I got my ties to University of Michigan. We would do a lot of stuff there.
Gotcha.
So I'd be spending a lot of time there. And this was probably like 2015 to 2017. And then from there, I was doing a lot of that. And then I got into a marketing agency, and I was doing a lot of social listening and performance analytics. So seeing how people responded to Super Bowl commercials, and then how that led to their different conversion or shopping behavior. And I was doing a lot of that too, and like that still uses like psychology a lot. And then from there, I went to another tech company called Dynatrace, learned more about the internet, tech stuff, and then I went to Glassbox for the user experience. What's interesting is that user experience is very tied into behavioral science.
Yes, for sure.
And I've like had no intention of taking what I learned in behavioral science and using that in user experience. And then what's even crazier about all of this is that behavioral science is hyper relevant to how AI works. And especially like even when it comes to like training models and using like reinforcement learning, like that's the same thing, that the same principles that are used in behavioral science.
Yeah.
So like the same way we would be training a rat, we did a lot of rat research too.
Okay.
So we would be training rats to identify like hip hop songs versus rock and roll.
Yeah.
And from there, that's the same strategy you would use to train an AI model how to do something.
Okay.
Of, like using that reinforcement learning. So it's just crazy how relevant that was, and it kind of just all worked out. And that I say this is the universe just making everything happen as it's supposed to.
Yeah. And speaking of which, so one thing I would like to know is on a daily, how are you leveraging AI to basically hack your daily life? Because you have your startup, you have the work that you do with Glassbox. So how are you able to leverage AI to make your life easier? What's some of your workflows?
Yeah.
I want to steal them.
It significantly helps with my productivity, like top tier.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe it. I couldn't imagine like what life was like before this. But I would say a big part is like the automations. So say for example, if I meet someone at an event, I'll get a business card or whatever. Now I have an automation to where I can take a picture of their business card, and then it uploads it to like AI, processes it, puts it into our CRM, and then says like what type of work this person does.
Okay.
It'll scrape the web for more details,
Wow.
like on like what their LinkedIn is and all that type of stuff, depending on what's on their card.
Yep.
And then it'll also come up with ways that our business can help them. So then I'm already ready for the next touch point on what we should be talking about or what we should be prepared for, because the AI has already done all the grunt work of researching this person's LinkedIn, researching their business website, and understanding like where we met them at, what event, all that type of stuff. So it's able to understand all that and then prep me for our next touch point with them. I also use it a lot too for generating proposals. So we have like a proposal template for Think Technologies. So whenever we're about to do some work with someone, we're like, all right, we have all this information. We have the discovery call. Everything from the discovery call is recorded. Then it's parsed out in AI and then applied to the proposal. We add some finishing touches to it and then send it over to the customer.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing too.
That's huge.
It's extremely
that's
helpful. It's extremely helpful. I'm trying to think of like another like
on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it to build something like that? I mean, for the average Joe.
The average Joe, I would say with like some YouTube videos and the help of AI, you could probably do it in like over like a weekend.
Could I make it and could I make my own GPT with that? Basically, like
yeah, you can make your own GPT with it.
All
yeah,
right, all right, say less. All right,
Yeah.
I know exactly what to do.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm
You
with
could do that. You would just need the plugins to like N8N or Zapier or something that connects like the text message or the email or message to the AI and to the different system. Like I feel like that's the most difficult part for the average Joe is the connectors.
Yeah.
Is connecting all these because you have to know a decent amount around like APIs or like just how tools can talk together and how to structure your information.
And real quick, what's the API?
How it works, like what an API does is it's a way where one server can communicate to another server.
Got you.
So, for example, maybe you're sending a Gmail to an Outlook email, and like you have that email in there. Actually, no, that's a terrible example. I got a better example for you.
All right.
So one server is maybe like what you're ordering from McDonald's, and that's like what you're inputting on the kiosk. And that has all that information structured in a certain way, saying like the items you selected, the price, blah, blah, blah. That connects to the database that controls all the money. Maybe it's QuickBooks per se. It'll say like, all right, this information was sent. We're sending an API. All these data points mean these to your data points. Okay. So maybe like the price of a McDouble would be column A in the QuickBooks platform. But it's column B in the kiosk that you're ordering it from. Yeah. So that API helps transfer that information so you know which column to store it in and what the data means. Gotcha. But there's actually new things. It's called MCPs, and they're basically AI versions of APIs. So you don't even need to put in all those details of like what column A is or what column B is. It's just like this information lines up with this spot or this cell on your table.
Man, this stuff get deep.
Yeah.
It get deep quick.
Absolutely.
So talk to me about, and we've talked about this in separate conversations, but in terms of being able to have that balance and or duality with your work and then also with your, I don't want to call it play because it's actually work too, but your own venture, your startup, and then also having a 9-to-5. I think some people call it workingpreneur or something like that. So I'm wondering from your perspective, what is that balance like for you? What does that look like for you?
Yeah. So I have a few points on this. First off, I will say it's really helpful because I enjoy both of them. Obviously, anything is stressful, like work is still work, but I really do have a lot of passion for Think Technologies and the work that I'm doing for Glassbox. And I feel like it makes it easier for me to focus on both because they're both similar in the sense of one thing that I get better at Glassbox will help me be better at Think Technologies and vice versa at Think Technologies. Like my roles are pretty similar when it comes to customer interaction, leveraging AI in different use cases, understanding data, user experiences, and just like that relationship management. Because at the end of the day, that's really all business is the relationship management. Yeah. So having similar like duality, as you said, like similar tasks or similar job functions makes it easier for me to be able to do both. And it's just like what I do at Glassbox, I'm just treating it as like, all right, this is just another client I have at Think Technologies that is able to help me fund more things I want to do for Think Technologies until we get to the point where maybe I want to only do Think Technologies. Yeah. But also I'm invested in Glassbox too, so I don't know when that point will come. But and they're also very open to me having my own business, and like they see the things that I'm able to bring to Glassbox from what I've done at Think Technology. So I feel like that's one thing to be really critical of too. If you're going to be working on two things, is making sure that you're transparent about it and they both know about it. Because I know like some companies have some really strict policies when it comes to that too.
Yeah, especially if it's something that's in a similar vein. Like two companies that I worked for previously, they don't care, but if it's along the same lines or like basically you're leveraging what they have in order to get opportunities and make sales or do business even on your own time, then that's pretty much a no-go. But if it don't have nothing to do with them, they like go crazy.
Yeah, that's an extremely important point that I forgot to bring up is like, obviously, I can't take a customer from Glassbox and bring them to Think Technologies. Right. Like, that would be, like, a conflict of interest. Yes. So they're okay with it because we're not, like, looking at the same type of customer base at all. At least not yet. But, but like, it wouldn't be, like, competition for, like, the services that Glassbox provide versus the services that Think Technology provides. And another point, too, is I just feel like everyone's always saying like, oh, you gotta lock in and only do one thing, and that I think that is really important. But I feel like there is like a certain subset of people that can do multiple things well. Like if you look at a lot of like just successful business people, they have multiple businesses. And like think about like Elon Musk or even like LeBron James or like different artists with like clothing brands. Then they're making the art, and then they're just doing different commercials and all this type of stuff. Like those are all different businesses that these people are able to maintain and do. You have to be really structured and dedicated to execute on all this stuff. But I definitely think it's possible, and I think we need to stop like having the narrative of that people can only do one thing. Yeah, because I feel like that's like holding a lot of people back.
But we got to be careful at who we give that advice to, because it's people out here who is a tech founder. They got a daycare. They got a fast food restaurant. The people that you mentioned, all of their stuff is relative. So like Elon, he was a part of. He was in tech. Like that's kind of where he got his claim to fame with PayPal, right? So he started. He was a part of that PayPal crew, and then he moved on to do his own thing, like with Tesla and all that. But it's all relative. It's all like tech, science, like engineering the future. It's all relative. Like it's not like he's out here trying to be a country music singer. So we gotta be careful at who we get that advice to, because you know people that try to do 6 different things that don't align to each other.
100%.
Because they, people want in Detroit. We trying to hustle. Like we like whatever gonna get us quickest to the bag. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah, and that honestly on that point too is I feel like that was a big what do I want to say, catalyst or changed my business, is when I switched from like that hustler's mentality to like that CEO mentality. That's when I started seeing a lot more progress in my business, instead of like trying to do all this work or get all these little projects. Like structuring my business in a way to where it can like work for itself, or I can bring on a team, or we can like look for more partnerships and things of that nature. So I feel like that's like, if I had one bit of advice, is just try to get from that hustler mentality to the CEO mentality. And the first place to start is even just like writing down what you're doing and setting some goals too.
What made you have that flip that switch to say, I need to go from, I'm hustling in my business right now, but I need to have that CEO mindset? What helped you get to that point?
I would say I had a lot of different mentors. And I feel like that's really helpful about the Detroit ecosystem, is we have a lot of mentors, a lot of like free game out there. And also the Diary CEO. Like it's just like that's like one of the best business resources I think that's out there, and it's free to the public.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And Black Fridays, you can also listen to Black Fridays for a lot of free games from people like De'Lon.
Yes, 100%.
So tell me, what do you see in terms of, or actually, let me take a step back. Are there any partnerships that you are that you would aspire to have, like dream partnerships that you would love to be able to work with, or organizations that you would be able to serve through your services? Yeah,
that's a good one. I mean, the OpenAI is pretty big. I would love to do something in like sports, like with NFL or NBA. That would be super dope.
Tom Gores, Martha Firestone Ford. Make sure y'all tap in. The Illages, make sure y'all tap in.
Actually, that's funny. It's funny you said that one. But I won't go into no more detail about that. I won't go into no more detail about that.
Say less.
But yeah, honestly, I feel like those are like, we have like working with OpenAI is like, that's like the Nike shoe deal almost, I would love to do more with Google though. Like I've always been a big fan of Google. I've been Android forever. I don't know. Maybe tapping into some more creative type stuff too. We're working on some cool stuff. I can't really talk about the details, but it's gonna be like some Black Mirror type stuff that we might be seeing out soon. So I can't wait to talk more about it. But the next time I'm on the podcast, I'll be able to talk about it.
Say less.
Yeah.
Say less. So staying in that same vein, what's on the horizon for you as a person? And then because we're recording in December, let's think about 2026. Like, what do you see on the horizon for you, or some goals that you set for Think Technologies, for Glassbox? What are you working on? What's in your purpose for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start off with my personal goals. I'm really trying to get back into hooping. Like I love playing basketball. I have been slowly but surely getting back into it, but it's just these 30+ knees are not a fan of it. So that's like one of my personal goals, is just to be able to play more basketball. Also too, I would say Get in touch more with like my creative side. So I used to make like different art pieces and stuff too. I've done like some AI art galleries too, and I want to do more creative work. I've been focusing more on like revenue generating activity because that's like what the capitalism world makes you do.
Of course.
But definitely getting more in touch with my creative side. As far as goals for like Think Technologies, hitting our revenue goal. We hit our revenue goal this year. So want to hit our revenue goal next year and grow the team. And then for Glassbox, just bringing in more clients. So if any like major banks, we're working on another deal with this big payment platform in San Francisco. You mentioned earlier too. So hopefully that all works out too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to win and also just make sure that I'm accomplishing my goals and staying true, not changing up. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And because we were able to meet through Black Tech Saturdays community, would love to know for those young tech people, like you may have had these conversations similar to me, but some people are really trying to figure out, well, how do I break into tech? I'm curious about switching over, or I may have an interest in it, but obviously something else may pay the bills for now. Do you have any encouraging words for those people on how they could break into tech, or what their mentality, what they should work on their mentality being?
Yeah. That's a tough question. It's a loaded one. I would say right now I would focus on really cleaning up your ideas and like figuring out what you want to do. And actually, no, I take that back. No. That was auto response right there. That was the chip. That was the chip. That was the chip coming in there. But I would say just build. Like, you have to start somewhere. And I feel like it's important just to experiment with different things. One thing that really helped me become the person I am today is I had a lot of different experiences, a lot of different like internships, working in a lot of projects. Don't be afraid to work for free. Like, just for a little bit, it's okay, because eventually you will get paid for it, and you got to acquire skills somehow. Like, that's just like one thing. Is like, don't be afraid to work for free. Like, if you're starting off, and like when you're young too, that's when you don't have many obligations. It's like, yeah, you need to like eat or go hang out with friends and stuff. But like, if you're under 25 and no kids or anything like that, then like that's like the best time to really be out there exploring and maybe go try to like intern at a startup or help out at a startup or help out a local business and just learn something and experience different things. So that's like the way that you could really take in the world and understand like where you want to go.
Yeah.
If you're really trying to get into tech specifically, I would say like watch some YouTube videos. Like YouTube University is a real thing. Just Google like, all right, I want to do this, and let's see some examples of like a day in the life of that type of job. Even one thing I would do, honestly, this is what you should go do right now, everybody watching this. If you're curious about what you want to do in life, you should go to any large language model, so ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and say, I love these 3 things. What do you think a good career for me would be? Or what do you think like a good business I should start is? And then what I should start doing. And it will tell you the exact steps you need to take to get to where you want to go. You can even say like make like a 30-day plan or a 60, 90-day plan and start there, and it'll literally guide you. And maybe it won't be perfect, but it'll get you in one direction. Yeah. Because that's the important thing is like you got to be able to fail fast and pivot to like a new idea or a new project or something else you want to work on too. Dope. So that's what I would start off with for sure.
Dope. Wise words.
Thank you.
Where can the folks find you if they want to tap in, if they interested in working with you, or they want to continue to follow the journey, may need your services? Where can they find you?
So you can find my website at think-technologies.com or think-, I forget what the proper term is.
The horizontal bar.
Sign. Yeah. think-technologies.com. You can find our services there. You can get schedule a discovery call with us too, see what we're working on, follow our work. And then our Instagram, Think Technologies, LinkedIn, that's where we're mainly posting at. And then we're on YouTube as well. Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay, I got to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yep. I used to make YouTube videos on like how to do different things in technology, and then I got really caught up like doing it for work and stuff. So stop making them. But I want to get back out there.
Well, now you can build an AI clone of yourself,
right?
And let the clone do the videos while you working on the real stuff.
Exactly.
Well, De'Lon, we appreciate you for being on the podcast today, man. This was a wealth of information and knowledge, and grateful to be able to have an AI expert to come on the platform and be able to do a little bit of a deep dive with us, so folks can kind of demystify a lot of that. But then also, I feel like I got some prompts from you that's coming together in my mind, so I'm listening back to this and then download those myself.
Okay.
And then make sure that I start try to use some of those tech stacks that you put together. But it's awesome to see the work that you're doing, and I love how you are exploring being able to put a possible like organizational, civic focus, community focus on the work that you've been doing. So grateful to be able to have this conversation.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And this is actually my first podcast.
First ever.
I've been a guest on a podcast, like to talk about a testimony, but I've never been like the core guest on a podcast. So this is an amazing experience. And
this the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And so like I'm happy that I was able to do this with you as well. And I love Black Friday podcast. I will say I'm disappointed that you don't do all your podcasts on a Friday. Because I was thinking.
See, now you're giving away the sauce. You're giving away the sauce. They come out every Friday. Yeah. That's all that matters. They come out every Friday.
But I appreciate you, man.
Of course. And everybody watching and listening, we're going to tap in with y'all soon. Peace.
Take care.